take a bit of time for us to work out what the details actually mean. I can guarantee what it does mean is that they've doubled down on their attack on farmers. She said so. But to show you how disingenuous they are, she actually said, oh, but for the people who are being compensated for the blood scandal, we're going to make an exemption on inheritance tax. Now, good luck to those people. They've waited a long time for that compensation. I don't resent it. But what it shows is that they understand that on occasion, you make an exemption on inheritance tax. But guess what? No exemption for farmers. And the only way the farmers have been treated in that budget is with total and utter contempt. Because she didn't even have the courage to say anything in her big, long, we want growth, we want investment, and so on and so forth. There can't be any investment in farming if you attack farmers. There can't be any growth in relation to the agricultural sector if you're actually screwing the hell out of farmers. There can't be cheap food for ordinary people in this country if you keep sticking the boot into farmers. But in a way, all the details of this, and by the way, I can't tell you what a cowardly budget is. We kind of knew it. But what needed to happen is that millions, and I mean millions of young people in this country are not in education or work. There is a welfare crisis. There is a problem with people living on the state, not in the way that we all understand it, that safety net that's so important, but just people being dependent on the state without doing any work. And she would not take that on. It was an act of supreme cowardice. Whereas those people are up at all hours, working through the night and every rain, every weather, every challenge and all the rest of it, farmers. I'm not saying you're heroes, because you're not. You're just farmers. But the truth of the matter is, there is no respect shown to what are actually those ordinary working people that she talks about. And she makes out that farmers are rich landowners. Now, the idea that you're rich is such a bloody joke. But as you will know, the agriculture sector, farming, is part of communities. It's part of building the way that we live as a society. It means lots of people who own farms. It means all the people who work on farms. It means the local community that depend on farms and all of the jobs associated with farming. In other words, what this has been is an attack on communities in this country. My message that I said to Alan earlier is if you want to think that they won't change, and it's demoralising listening to all that and knowing that you don't get a mention apart from a dismissive, we stick by our attack on the inheritance tax on farmers, which is just, that was her dismissal way of dealing with it. If you think nothing can change, think again. Because this government has actually shown that when it's under pressure from public protest, then actually it does change. It said there wouldn't be a national inquiry into the grooming gangs until the people involved, victims of those grooming gangs, got together, fought hard, got the public involved, and guess what? They've introduced an inquiry into grooming gangs. They said that they wouldn't be able to close the hotels because that would be a racist thing to do. Now she's proudly announcing they're closing the asylum hotels. Whether she'll do it or not, different question. All I'm saying is, on a whole range of things, this government, when they feel the pressure of the public, change their minds. So it's not what you heard in the budget that counts, it's what happens on the street that counts. You're too busy farming to become permanent activists. I understand that. You can't be going on protests every 5 minutes. But what you can do is talk to your local communities. Make sure you do the media stuff. Make sure you get the public message out. Thanks to organisations like Together, and lots of MPs did come here today, to be fair, then what you've got to do is get that message out. It ain't over yet. Not even a little bit, right? But it's a hard fight. It's just that I do want to assure you that there isn't one person that I've ever talked to in this country, apart from a Labour MP, who isn't absolutely shocked and horrified on your behalf. You have enormous public support. So let's reap the rewards of that public support and make that government realise that they're not just in trouble for leaking an OBR report, they're in trouble for betraying farmers. Thank you very much.